So, this is a round 3 match for the DreamHack Qualifiers number 2 for summer 2012. We have EnRo GRIFFINS versus Ex-Gosu. EnRo GRIFFINS on the Radiant side, Ex-Gosu on the Dire side. Oh, and I just realized that I never really introduced you. Hello, I'm casting with Barney today. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenally. How are you?
Wow, I'm really sorry. I forgot that for the previous 2 games. But you too, otherwise you would have reminded me. Right?
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just not concerned about how anyone else is doing. You know, it's all about me. No.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. Well.
So we have the Lycan ban and the Invoker ban. Invoker has slipped through before today, but you know, he's lost. So.
Yeah. So far, it's no surprise. Chen ban also. Oh, but let's see if we can see a panda. That's gonna be my aim for today. Seeing a panda.
I really want to see that as well. Nature's Prophet ban.
Or should I call him a rat?
He does look a lot like a rat, much more so than he does a panda.
Like Splinter from the Turtles.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, see? We have a Furion ban. Not so surprising either. Still means we have a lone druid. If they want
very,
to.
very, very standard ban so far from Ex-Gosu.
Yeah, same for EnRo. Taking their time for the last ban. Basically, this ban means that everything, well, if they don't ban out something that's normally banned, they can at least have 2 picks that also for, well, also for heroes that are normally banned out, maybe.
Yep.
We still have Tidehunter and Windrunner. They could at least
It's
get
nice
one of
that
those.
The hero pool is so large that there will actually certainly be some of those top tier heroes that end up slipping through no matter what.
Yeah, and it's getting larger.
Oh yeah.
That's what you said. Sorry. Wow.
That's what Cheever said.
Yeah. So yeah, last ban gonna go out from Ex-Gosu soon. Oh.
Panda. Oh no.
No. But at least I didn't forget him. I mean, I kind of think that the previous game we saw, they forgot him.
Interestingly enough, both teams that have banned out the panda have been heroes of newer teams that maybe aren't as familiar with dealing with him. You know.
True.
I think it's worth considering.
True. They have a Lashrak as a first pickup, so yeah, we just saw the strength of Lashrak in the previous game. That's just a solid pickup. Good hero.
So possibly, oh sorry, Windrunner and maybe Enchantress will get picked. I'm sure at least one of the two.
Or Tidehunter. Maybe
Yeah,
Windrunner and a Tidehunter. See those as the first 2 picks, as the second team that can pick.
Definitely. Looks like they're thinking about it though. Lone Druid also in there, and there's the Windrunner.
Ooh, Lone Druid. I almost forgot about him again. Let's see what he's doing in this game. If he can get some good farm up, and if he's jungling or not.
Yep. And we'll see what they decide to do here for the Radiant. Again, still they have a lot of great heroes in the pool. We have the Venomancer, the Tide, the Enchantress. I mean, plenty of heroes. I don't honestly think that we're going to see Venomancer, but it depends on the team. Some teams consider Venomancer first pick worthy, but with the expanded hero pool, a lot of teams will also wait on it.
They could also go for full pushing strat. I mean, Shadow Shaman normally not picked up in the first 3 heroes, but they could go for it. Same with Enchantress. That's also some nice pushing power for them to have.
Yep.
But we'll see. Beastmaster, actually. Wait, we haven't seen a Beastmaster today. Nor a ban.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, there are some teams that love their Beastmaster. Like, EG definitely likes their Beastmaster. MTW also likes their Beastmaster. But then there are other teams that it looks like they don't even consider the hero, you know?
Yeah. This is quite surprising.
It's one of those things.
I just heard that you should make a new trademark saying legend, wait for it, dairy more often.
Legendary.
Barney Stinson.
Okay.
Barney Stinson.
That's true. I could go for that.
Yeah.
So we do see the Broodmother picked, as well as the Crystal Maiden. I almost forgot to consider the Broodmother. A lot of teams will ban that out first, but again, that's one of those heroes that, I mean, it varies by team, but I think almost all teams regard the Broodmother as being one of the most powerful heroes. I mean, it's not like a Beastmaster where teams can ignore it entirely, but some teams don't see her as being first pick worthy.
Nope, and it's gonna mean a lot more pushing power again for EnRo. They pick up the Crystal Maiden though. Crystal Maiden obviously solid support, but she's kind of squishy. I'm not sure she would have. Yeah. So far, the only hero that really benefits from it is Lashrak. I mean, with the mana aura.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just trying to grab kind of a generic support to just not really reveal their hand here. I mean, Venomancer is still in the pool too. And I've seen, again, it's one of those preference things where you see teams that either favor the Venomancer or the Crystal Maiden. They pick up the Crystal Maiden and they grab the Tide Hunter up for the Dire.
Yeah.
So we have bans coming out now, and they're going to take their time. I wonder if we're going to see a respect ban for Morphling or a Morphling pick. I honestly, at this point, I don't think they're going to grab Morphling, but gosh, would I like to see Morphling on Korok. It's always so entertaining.
Well, to be fair, haven't you seen the game where Unicorn played Morphling? I had a 74-minute game with EnRo versus MTW. No, and I don't know who versus who. They won anyway. Unicorn was playing the Morphling. He was having immense farm, and the other team did have a Tidehunter, and it was just, yeah, that Morphling that couldn't die, really.
Yeah, 74-minute game. I would imagine Morphling just becomes a monster to deal with.
Yeah.
There's so many aspects of the hero that just makes him scale so well into the late game. I mean, mostly just the attributes. He's just becomes incredibly difficult to bring down. He gets really high armor, the potential to grab a lot of health up as well. Just a nightmare of a hero to deal with.
Yeah.
He also really is hard to kill and kills supports very quickly as well. His Manta illusions are very strong. And we do see the Riki ban coming out. Now this is Riki obviously has been a lot more popular as of late. We haven't seen him picked up yet in this tournament, at least in any of the games that we've casted. But they might be trying to set it up for a Morphling or an Anti-Mage pick, because Riki is one of those heroes that makes it very hard for some heroes that excel at farming under pressure can no longer do so when there's a Riki in play who has a Diffusal. And I'm going to assume, actually I'm calling it now, maybe they'll grab up an Anti-Mage or a Morphling.
Yeah, that would have been very solid. The threat you have when you have a Tidehunter in the team, I mean, I think Tidehunter is a super solid hero. He's good in team fight, hard to do wrong, unless you pop your Ravage too early. But the thing about Tidehunter team is that you have to take team fights when the Ravage is up, and you can't really do anything in between.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
just
far,
such a great hero.
Yeah, but so far they don't really have all that much to do when there's no Ravage up. They don't have a lot of... There we have the Morphling pickup.
Oh man.
We're gonna see a Unicorn playing Morphling. Let's see if we can keep up with Kurok playing probably what will be Anti-Mage, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would imagine we'll see an Anti-Mage come out now, because the way that they set up the bans is such that the Anti-Mage will be pretty strong. Morphling and Anti-Mage are both heroes that they deal really well with each other, as weird as it sounds. Like, Anti-Mage can deal really well with Morphling, but at the same time, Morphling can be very, very annoying for Anti-Mage to deal with as well. Replicating the Anti-Mage illusion can, of course, be extremely annoying. Stick it on a support or something. It's one of those things that I've heard phrased both ways, but from what I get by talking to players like Blitz, it's just it's one of those things that just kind of goes both ways. But we'll see if they do grab up the Anti-Mage.
No, they're going into reserve, so I don't really know how to counter this or deal with this yet. They will pick up the Venomancer as a support because the Vengeful Spirit was already banned.
And even if they did want to actually grab up the Anti-Mage, they wouldn't have to do it now, because there's no way that the Radiant would pick up the Anti-Mage at that point.
True.
And I have to imagine, too, that if they're taking that long for the pick, maybe they were a bit thrown off by that. Maybe they wanted the Morphling themselves. Who knows?
Yeah. We're missing a little bit of team fight on EnRo. They're probably going to go for a Earthshaker or a Sand King or something. Would you expect? Or, oh no, Enigma's banned. Never mind.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of heroes, but Sand King, obviously. I mean, Sand King, like you said, that's the one that really just stands out to me. Sand King is a phenomenal hero, and I think it would fit in reasonably well.
They could also still go for a mid hero on like Storm.
Even Quap is up too, and Quap has been immensely popular. In all of the games I think we've casted today, they've banned out Quap. I mean, you couldn't obviously stick Leshrac mid, but Leshrac is pretty versatile. You can put him in a lot of places.
That's also true. They also miss a late mid hero, but I was talking about Ex-Gosu. But they could also pick up Queen of Pain, actually.
That's true. That is true.
They both missed their mid hero. But then again,
they have those heroes that can technically go, but they're not considered, like...
I would guess Shadow Shaman for the Radiant and a Storm, or a Shadow Fiend for the Dire. If it's gonna be
there's the Sand King. That's what I was looking for. I mean, I think that the Sand King is just such a powerful pick. In every single game I've seen it, it's like... It's always so effective, I mean...
Is he gonna go mid, though?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say how they're gonna lane it, really.
Because he could. We could also see a Brood mid.
Now, one of the things that's really, really scary, I think that they won't put the Brood mid because he needs a lot of room to work with. But one of the things that is a really, really scary mid that it isn't considered too much, but it sees a lot of use in higher level play, And this might have been their plan all along, is the duo mid of Crystal Maiden and Morphling. It's a phenomenal mid. I've seen it, like, I think 3 or 4 times in tournament games, which is quite a lot. It's just because that mid has so much kill potential, and it's so easy to zone people out with it. It's a really, really good mid, though, the Crystal Maiden Morphling. But we'll see if they opt to do that or if they avoid it.
Yeah, quite curious how they'll lane it. They
And
have a lot of options.
And it would be interesting if they did do that, because that would really show to me why they picked the Crystal Maiden over the Venomancer. It was like that was their plan all along if they do that, but we'll see.
True. Well, looks like Ex-Gosu is sticking into their bonus time. Don't really know what to get for next. I think they still could get a anti-mage.
Yeah, I mean they have the Syllabare, but I'm really looking for like more of an anti-mage type hero.
But
Like
they have to deal with the
Yeah.
Morphling.
I really think they do, because a Syllabare can't really get into a right quick fight with the Morphling if the game goes on too long.
Nope.
And early game, the Radiant does have a lot of team fight utility and pressure heroes like Leshrac and Sand King and Bird Mother.
I feel like they do miss a direct disable though.
That's very true.
A Storm would fit, maybe.
There are plenty of heroes, and there we go. It's the Storm.
Yay!
Bonus points.
Then at least they have a Vortex to get some extra disable in.
Definitely.
And then we're just
And-
waiting for everybody to pick their hero.
And I really think though that if they did put that Crystal Maiden Morphling mid, that could be impossibly hard to deal with for the Storm Spirit. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, Storm Spirit, if he gets shut down before he gets level 6, that's quite painful. He won't be able to do
that's
anything.
It's one of his big weaknesses too, is that he has such low kill potential before he hits level 6, and he really can't do a lot. I mean, his ultimate makes the hero, obviously. I mean, I'm looking to see that duo mid though of the Crystal Maiden Morphling. I really am.
Okay, well, we'll see. They're taking their time about going into, or about picking their heroes. We probably have a pause as soon as we are all paused, as soon as we are off this screen.
Oh yeah, that's how you make it a competitive game. There
It's
we
true.
go.
There we go.
Master of prediction.
It's quite sad that Sand King was already picked before then, otherwise he would have been in a nice position, like flat on the ground. Sorry. But it does give us a time to go over the picks. So we see Crush on the Brood. We see Eid playing the Sand King. Unicorn on his Morphling, as expected. Pimpalicious is playing the Leshrac with Slapsaur on the Crystal Maiden.
And then we have my favorite team, Ex-Gosu. We have Painted Gold on the Windrunner, Korok on the Storm Spirit. He played a very good Dr. Repulsor on Heroes of Newerth. I haven't seen him too much on Storm Spirit in Dota 2, but I'm sure he's played it a lot. We have Mikey on the Tide Hunter, Last Hit Magic on Venomancer, and Peachtree on Lowen Druid.
And we have a pause. Did you say why? No, they didn't. Okay. That's
Well,
fine.
they need to make the game official, obviously. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't have a competitive game without the competitive pause.
Just I mean, they have to have the time to talk about their strategic picks and stuff.
And draw these sexy diagrams all over the map
I
of
know.
their battle plan.
No, where are those?
They drew them up a little bit. I think
Oh.
they were just maybe practicing their Etch-a-Sketch a little bit, but
Yeah. Must
We'll
be.
see.
Must be. Yeah, from who came the pause actually? From Ex-Gosu. Oh, actually, we're playing on a US East server, by the way, so well, both teams will have a little bit of lag, would imagine.
Yep. It looks like it's pretty close to about 150 for everyone. So it's not horrible, but like you said, and I looking at it right now though, it looks like Ex-Gosu kind of got the better end of the deal. Some of their players have really low ping.
How do you
especially-
see that?
In the console, if you just type in ping, you'll be able to see everyone's ping.
Yeah, I can't really
just
do
seven-
that.
70 for Korok, 90 for Last Hit Magic, 79 for Painted Gold. Everyone else is almost all like hovering around 175, but those people got off pretty lucky.
Indeed. I can't bring up my console in the middle of a game. Stupid.
Really?
Yeah. It only appears when I start my Dota, but, well, usually click it away anyway. So there's the resume.
Prepare for battle.
You'll see the bear being
Sentry
sent to the
wards.
bottom.
Sentry wards on Storm, interestingly enough.
Oh,
Hmm.
and there we have another pause. One lost connection. And I'm wondering if he bought that wrong.
I think someone else handed it off to
I was
him.
gonna say, because he still has the amount of gold that he should have. He still has 603 gold. I think they're expecting a brood in the middle. Because then no sentry wards would, or if, I think they're expecting brood to be versus the storm spirit, no matter where. Maybe the storm spirit won't be in the middle, but Windrunner will be or something.
That'd be interesting. Overall, like, man, this is such a crazy time to pause. I mean, I want to see what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
They leave us in suspense.
And now we have to guess it all alone, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't give the same satisfaction. You see Broodmother that got wards too, also handed over to him.
Well.
And handed over to him from the... From who? Oh, from the Sand King, okay.
I would imagine that maybe they're going to stick the Broodmother top so that he can ward the enemy's pull, but we'll see.
Yeah,
my
then Storm
opinion, that'd be the
also
only
top.
reason that they give him the wards, but who knows?
Shout out to Monster. Now leave TeamSpeak. I do wonder why teams use TeamSpeak, to be fair. I don't find it...
Instead of Ventrilo or a Skype?
Yeah, well, at least versus Skype. Sounds like Skype might be the best way to do that. Yeah.
I know with a lot of players, they just don't like to hear all like the clicking sound. I guess when you get 5 people in the Skype call, and some people's setups are pretty bad about it with like bleed back and key presses, but at the same time, like push to talk keys can be pretty annoying.
Yeah, well, I guess most people with TeamSpeak use their all sorts of voice activation, but that doesn't really work. I think. I don't know. It just seems like the quality of it is less. Well,
Indeed.
oh well, still waiting for Leshrac. Gives me time to drink a little bit of water again. Last time I drank water, the pause went off, so that's cool.
That's how they time it. 2 pauses already, though. It's going to be a super competitive game, I can already tell.
I know. And there's the reconnection from Pimpalicious.
People in chat comparing G's Storm to Korok's. Well, Korok is awesome, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I think we will be seeing the Windrunner mid. That's how I kind of thought about that, but maybe, I don't know. I'm really not sure where they're going to put the Storm, though. That's my biggest
I'm probably gonna
question.
put Storm versus Brood on the top lane. And it looks like everybody from EnRo is already going towards the position. No scouting out ahead first.
Looks like he's bringing the courier with him up top. This Broodmother.
He doesn't have
That
the
could be-
courier. Doesn't get anything though. Why is he bringing the courier?
Maybe he accidentally grabbed it up. I don't know. It's tough to say.
It's gonna stand there. What?
30 seconds.
The only thing more powerful than a spider is a spider and a donkey.
I know.
And he's going to destroy these trees, which is always good. It'll let him see any ganks that might be coming his way. And he is going to ward the pull, I believe.
Did they change the hair of the donkey?
Did they?
I don't know. It looks different.
It's still pretty styling. What is he doing with the courier,
I
though?
don't know. It's an empty courier.
Oh, he's going to put the other ward on it, isn't he? Oh, that was so smart. I didn't even consider that. I figured he'd be blocking the pull, but that's really good, because now they can get side on their own. He doesn't have to
The
place it.
battle begins.
Yeah, it's gonna go towards mid, towards the crystal main, so she can place it, I guess.
And it looks like they're going to ward the pull as well, and they're going to bury it in those trees.
And we might see, as you were hoping, a crystal main versus, or crystal main with Morphling in the middle, versus a Windrunner.
That's one of my favorite mids to see, and it's one of the best ways, I think, to lane the Morphling. It can be kind of awkward to lane him otherwise, but this mid has just has so much kill potential, really, and that's probably why also they put the Windrunner mid, because a Storm would lose this lane by a large margin, and he'd be so vulnerable to dying, whereas the Windrunner can at least win-run out.
A Storm would get his levels up very fast, though.
That's true.
Oh, and we see a setup for a gank with Tight Under there with his invisibility rune. Crystal Main is gonna get gushed, gonna get galed, gonna get right clicked down. It will go down here. Windrunner getting the first or getting the last hit. Ooh,
Super aggressive by
Venom.
Morphling.
Morphling getting the Venomancer. Doesn't have mana to weave away again. Wave away. Will go down here. Power Shot will go through, finishing him off. Double kill
That
for
is-
Painted Gold.
That is not what you want. I was wondering who was going to wait for him. I mean, he was as that gank happened, he was just laying right clicks into the Venomancer, and I assumed that he was just going to kind of back off afterwards. But no, he went for the aggressive kill, and that's a first blood double kill for a Windrunner, and that is not what you want to happen. She's going to start the game at almost level 3, and she gets like a 600 gold bonus.
Yeah, we missed a kill though. There was a kill on the lone druid. Sand
Really?
King getting the last hit, And I would have imagined there was a burst strike. There was a Sun to follow it up. Oh, is Sand King in a little bit of trouble here. Gil will go through. Gush will go on too. Right clicks are there. Sun will go off too to help out a little bit from the Leshrac, and he will be able to back off for now.
Yeah, I guess that's the downside of going for that aggressive gank, is that you leave the lone druid alone, and that puts him at great risk.
Yeah, I was thinking, why is it 2 for 2? What did we miss? But then I found out. So yeah. Sand King luckily did have a salve, so he's back to full health.
But this is so unfortunate though for the Crystal Maiden Morphling mid, because this is absolutely not what you want. All of a sudden, the Windrunner, she just gets that huge gold lead, and the mid lane just doesn't work how it's supposed to. You're no longer able to kind of zone out that Windrunner, and she's no longer weak. She's no longer capable of being killed so easily either, and it's just, it's really, really unfortunate. But
yeah, she has a bottle, and she will fill it with Illusion Rune.
Yep. She basically starts the game with a bottle and boots, as opposed to, well,
nothing.
Yeah, 300 gold or whatever.
And she's level 3. So good. Oh, Morphling is level 3 too. Okay.
Ooh, Stormspirit might get caught here. He's in a really rough spot, but is he gonna go down?
There's no mana yet on the Broodmother. Doesn't have a ring. Might go down. There's the speed. There's the web. There we go. Last right click is there.
And that was just kind of awkward positioning. I mean, he was up pretty far, but it was I guess kind of close. But if you look at how the lane has been going, the Storm Spirit has. I mean, obviously his creep score is going to be highly inflated because of the spiders that he's been killing.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been that bad for him, to be honest.
18 for 4, but yeah, the spiders. Yeah, with the Remnant, it's just so easy to get spiders.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we're gonna see a dive. Sand King. It does have a storm up. Sandstorm up. They want to go for the Leshrac instead? Nope. Oh, Lone Druid taking a lot of damage.
Gale comes out though.
Nice block.
Nice ward.
Yeah. Edict's gonna come off. Sun will go off on the Tighthunter, taking a lot of damage. Mana will be up on the Sand King again. He will be able to burrow strike. There we go. Right click will go to the Sand King for the kill. And that was a bit of a failed dive from the Dire.
Yeah, I mean that could have gone a lot better. But that was really, really nice play by Venomancer there. He hits the Gallop and he blocked the area with the ward, so they couldn't follow up on Lone Druid at all. So he was able to salve up really nicely.
That is very true.
And notably though, the Storm Spirit, although his creep score is obviously really inflated, he's done a really good job, because if you look at the gold per minute for him compared to the Broodmother has killed him, and he's still farming 100 gold per minute more. That's how well this has been going for him.
That is very nice. He's keeping the lane push too, though, with his remnants.
Yeah, and if you look at his skill build, that's very interesting, because usually, okay, it looks like Lone Druid picks up kill on the Leshrac though.
Oh.
But if you look at his skill build, that's an interesting variation that he's done, and he's doing this just because of the lane. Like he doesn't need a single point in the pull, because he's probably not going to be doing too much early on anyways. And instead he just opts to max out the overload while getting a couple points in Remnant. Very interesting.
Yeah, and the Remnant will just give him that overhand on the Spiderlings. Extra amount of gold too. And I think the Shrek actually was able to get cut off because there was no Sand King. Sand King was walking back to the base and TPing back afterwards.
This is so interesting though what he's doing with the Storm here, because it's not one of these lanes that you traditionally think about, like, oh well, Sand King deals very nicely with Storm Spirit, but with Broodmother rather. But it looks to me like the Storm Spirit is just dealing with this Broodmother pretty handily.
Yeah, is Crush actually sending his spiders back, or are they indeed getting killed off?
I'm pretty sure that they've been dying. At this point though, he's done a decent job of not letting them fall, but the Storm Spirit, just for 80 mana, he can put out so much damage to that entire spider flock.
You have some nice dancing going around in the Radiant Forest.
Oh yes.
Nice. I think there's gonna be trying to be a burst strike, but there's no Leshrac to follow it up, so he's gonna back off.
They have some nice levels down here in the bottom lane for the Leshrac as well as the Sand King.
Yeah, well, they're first a tri-lane now, so it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yep. And the Broodmother is being pretty smart here. She's just sending her spiders to jungle a little bit, as opposed to letting them die. This is usually you have to get a couple levels before you can actually do this. Unfortunately, though, I think she just sent them into the jungle and didn't get a single creep kill with them, though. So that's not too good. But
well, at least she's not giving him to the panda. We see dive going on the bottom lane once again. 4-4-2. Leshrac is in a little bit of trouble. The tower's going down. Burst Strike is there. Venomans are taking some damage. Gush will go off on Leshrac. Gale's on Leshrac. Venomans are going down to the tower. Shackle Shot Ledge as a Crystal Main who TP'd into a tree. Will die very fast to the Windrunner. And Burst Strike is there to help on the Windrunner though. Leshrac is gonna go down here, taking a fall to the Venomancer. Seems to have a little bit of lag. Shackle Shot on the Sand King will go down too, and that's a 3-for-1.
Yeah, that's a great fight for them. They're going to pick up a tower from this as well.
Yeah.
Worth noting too is that Spirit Barrier just absorbs so much Edict damage there that it made the Edict. It made what would otherwise be a very punishing dive into something that they could get away with almost, well, for free.
Yeah, it's very true. Gotta have a lot less impact.
The
The Broodmother is actually farming pretty well, as is the Morphling. But the Storm Spirit is also getting a great farm. The Windrunner is getting a great farm as well. And the Lone Druid is getting a really decent farm.
Yeah, actually was right when I thought I saw Leshrac having a little bit of lag. He actually DC'd
That's so unfortunate.
because he died with that too. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, we'll give us a time to take a look at the statistics a little bit more. The gold difference is immense for 7 minutes. It has a 2k advantage for the Dire. And it's 1 tower difference, okay, so that's 1.5k. And it's only 1 kill, yeah, and a little bit of farm. A lot of farm actually.
Indeed.
Yeah, Lone Druid was the one to get the tower. He doesn't have boots up yet on his bear. And does have face boots on himself. It's quite unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people put them on the bear. I guess early on, though, if you're in a lane like this, I can understand putting them on the hero. It's one of those things that different players like it different ways. I mean, he doesn't even have brown boots or anything on the bear yet, but
yeah,
like some people prefer to just, and some people will switch the items off pretty well too. I guess it depends. I mean, I can see why he would do it this way. I guess also worth noting is that the bear, I think, I don't think it died, but he had to resummon it in the middle of the fight, which may be one of the reasons that he chose to put the face boots on the hero, so that he could always have them up. Because the bear just ate up so much Edict damage during that dive, it was really nice.
very true.
I really like the way that Ex-Gosu has laned this, though. I think it was really, really smart. Like, I would never have thought of doing the Storm Spirit top, but that might have just been as a reaction to just the, oh no, we're going to be up against a Crystal Maiden Morphling mid. It really adds a bit more dimension to the bans, too, because it makes you think that that was their plan all along with the Crystal Maiden. I think that's so cool to see.
Well, I think the Storm was actually meant just, already meant in advance to be up against the Brood.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it's one of those lanes that I don't think I've seen this before. Have you?
No, definitely not. Not versus the Brood anyway. I did see a Storm Spirit not in the mid and just solo top or something. But
yeah. It's so smart.
Not versus the Brood. Yeah, that Remnant really does so much damage to the Spiderlings.
It costs them almost nothing to do as well.
Yeah, Spiderlings are actually getting a little bit of kills, I think, in the creep spawn.
Oh yeah, now he came out to pick out those 2 weaker camps, so that he had weakened previously with his full brood.
Okay. That will help.
So that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. The experience graph, I can't see the last bit, but I'm expecting it to be about 0.
Yeah, it's
quite
definitely going to be near 0. And man, and one thing that's interesting too is that you don't see any heroes in the map utilizing the jungle farm except to some degree the Broodmother.
Yeah.
And it's really, really safe for him to just aggressively send the Spiderlings into the enemy jungle to just pick off camps.
Yeah, otherwise you'll lose them anyway to the storm.
Yep, definitely.
Seeing a Ring of Aquila up on the Morphling already. It's a nice farm. Let's check out the farm.
Right. He's doing really well.
Whoa! If you check out the gold per minute, there is a huge difference between the Dire and the Radiant, but that's also because the Dire just killed the tower, so I must not forget that. Oh, there's the unpause.
Yeah.
And Morphling has 350 gold. It's almost as high as the Storm Spirit and the Windrunner, who are both at 370. Both. That's quite surprising. Well, Windrunner did get the 2 kills at the start, of course. That will gave her a pretty big boost.
Indeed. And it's just that right now the Dire have 3 heroes that have a really good farm, and their supports are going to be difficult to kill, because if you pick off towers like that, your supports become really, really difficult to pick off.
Yeah.
So it's like the Tide and the Venomancer already have their brown boots, which is going to give them a bit of mobility. The Venomancer goes for a really aggressive ward, so I would assume that if he's going to place a ward that aggressively, that they're actually going to try to take that tier 2 tower bottom in the near future, but we'll see, because That would be my assumption, at least, with the wards that they've placed. Those are really, really aggressive wards.
Definitely. That's actually the only wards that are up in the game. There's no wards up for the Radiants anymore.
Do you think that, did they catch any with the counter ward that Venomancer placed down, or?
Could be, but I don't think so. Gonna see a Gush on the Sand King who's trying to get away. There is, well, he's not gonna follow up though. But yeah, they are gonna try to go for the tier 2 tower, it looks. There's 4 heroes gathering from Ex-Gosu on the bottom lane. Only one not there is the Storm Spirit who's still farming.
Yep, this is a really, really good attempt to push their lead here. We'll see if they try to defend it.
Yeah, I'm expecting at least Crystal Maiden to be TPing down to this tower, but she does have a TP in her backs, but it's basically everything. She's level 5, has only 2 branch down awards, so she will die very fast.
And as this goes on, it's like the Broodmother can't really come down because he's already down to half HP on his tower, and it's so unexpectedly.
Sand King is gonna take it for her. Yeah, Tidehunter getting blasted. The Shrek being still able to do his edict, doing a lot of damage to the Tide here. Actually, Morphling has TP'd in too. He will be able to reform soon and kill off the Tide. There we go. Shackle doesn't latch to anything. Is that a 1-for-1?
I believe so.
But that tower did take quite a bit of damage, so yeah.
They put a good bit of damage into that as well.
Nice shackle.
It looks like they're gonna go for the shackle shot.
Leshrac will go down to the Lone Druid. Morphling was already back in the middle to couldn't help out anymore. Crystal Maiden on the run. They're gonna be able to take this tower.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Crystal Maiden certainly can't stop it alone, but maybe with that TP in from Sand King, they'll be able to stop it.
Yeah, Shackle shot goes off on him though. Nice shackle. They're not gonna.
And usually when you draft a Broodmother, and obviously it's just the way that the lane matchup is plays out. But like, look how much damage the Storm Spirit has put into that top tower. That's really, really impressive.
Yeah. And there's no damage done yet to the dire tower.
Ooh, nice wand from Storm Spirit. He almost got picked off by the Brood. Obviously, he would have rolled away though from the Brood's projectile if he was that uncomfortable.
Yeah, he will be backing off though. This might give Brood opportunity to do a little bit of damage to the tower here.
Indeed.
Just checking his farm versus the Storm Spirit is not that bad, to be fair. It's 53 for 64, and there is 10 glasses difference, but still not as much as possible. And of course, Storm Spirit did die once.
Yep, and a lot of those are obviously from spiders too. So I think that at this point, it's safe to say that the Broodmother probably has a real asset advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, Dire is a tower up, and their farm is almost on par with one another.
Yeah, that spawn spiderlings is doing so much damage.
Oh yeah, that's one of the mechanisms that Broodmother just controls the lane with. Now I wonder if he could roll to disjoint. If that'd be pretty hard. It looks like they're going to go on it, but he's just going to roll away from the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. Well, good choice.
Dire, what we thought.
He does have a soul ring, so we'll be able to spawn spiderlings pretty much. To be fair.
Let's see if they go for a counter, or if they go for a gank here. Now, with the trees destroyed here by Brood, this is pretty obvious, but it is nighttime, so they can't really see them.
Yeah, in the meantime, we see Lone Druid pushing off this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. It's going down pretty fast, actually, and will be going down. There
he
we
scouts
go.
it out with the spiders, so he knows that these heroes are camping on them, so he shouldn't die here, the Broodmother.
Ah, he's backing off. Who's also backing off is Leshrac, but he'll be safe. Tower went down, though.
Yep, that's a big tower.
Yep.
Because taking out both of those towers bottom makes it really, really easy for them to try to roam and do stuff into the enemy jungle down there.
And the mid tower for the Radiant is for the Dire is now in deny range, so we'll probably see that at night.
Yep, looks like they're doing that right now.
Yeah.
They're being really aggressive about these pushes.
They're gonna go for Roshan. Well, they can do that. They have the bear to tank it. Wouldn't take much difference. Much
yeah,
damage.
I don't think the Radiant can actually like force a fight here either.
No, definitely not.
I definitely don't. Yeah, I don't see them being able to walk in there and do anything. And
they have a good epicenter, but there's also a Ravage up on the tide, so they shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a slow Roshan, but it doesn't really matter. They can do it at any speed they like, but when they get that, they'll probably be able to do a really aggressive push, and Storm is going to just come for experience.
Yep.
He'll probably, he might grab the Aegis too, but he definitely just wants to be here at least for experience, and he does pick up the Aegis.
Nice.
This is going to let him be really aggressive.
Morphling backing off. Wise. Should be able to do so. Goldgraph is 3k ahead for Ex-Gosu. Yeah, that's towers. I mean, it's not gonna be farm because 2 tower. Well, okay, it's gonna be the towers and Roshan. That's okay, and the 2 kill difference, but nothing else. No farm difference. At least not in
Storm
that.
Spirit spots these spiders just casually farming the centaurs in his woods.
Nice. Spider army.
Indeed. And he's going to pick up a little bit more jungle farm with that. Action occurs anywhere, I think it would have to be in the mid lane.
Yeah, there was a go on the Morphling, but he was able to morph out of some agility and just be safe. TPs came in also.
So hard to kill Morphling.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised though. There's 2 heroes really farming on the Radiant side. I mean, both Morphling and Brood having a lot of farm. Almost 80, around 80 average last hits. And for the Dire, that's only 1. It's only Storm Spirit.
Ooh, looks like they're going on painted gold mid.
Yeah, you will be able to wind run away. And have a regen rune ready too. Nice. Gosh, going off on the Morphling. I think Sand King is waiting for a good burst like epicenter. Morphling taking some damage. He's not too worried. Does have a salve so in his bags. Perseverance up on the Storm Spirit. Ooh.
Yep, it looks like this is the point in the game where it's just really difficult for... wait, why is he dropping his bottle? Oh, okay, for sentries. But this is the point in the game where it's just really difficult, though, I think, for the Storm Spirit to continue to control this lane, now that the Broodmother has some points into his spawn spiderlings. Try to put a little bit of damage into the Broodmother.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised we don't see more, or at least, more tower pushing from the Leshrac. Where is the Leshrac?
Yeah, I am too, but I feel like they're
base.
really behind right now, and they really just can't do much to contest these pushes. I don't think that they could possibly win a straight-up team fight, and that's been hurting them constantly. Like, they can't contest the Roshan, they can't contest any of these tower pushes, and are they going to just let another tower fall? I feel like they have to do something. They can't just keep giving up towers.
They're gonna stun Windrunner, but yeah. No, they can't really do anything though.
Crystal made an illusion from Morphling, baits out some abilities.
Yeah, it works.
And that Syllabear Bear is just so great for chipping away at these towers and eventually taking them.
Yep.
And I feel like they've conceded 3 towers in a really short span of time, as well as a Rosh, and that's...
They have, and they're not really doing anything about it. And it looks like Ex-Gosu can't, well, is wanting to push maybe a little bit more. They could just send a Baron, make him attack the tower until he dies maybe, or just send him back before, but we haven't seen a Ravage yet. There's not been a major team fight. There hasn't been an epicenter.
Yeah, has he even epied? Has he had an opportunity to epi yet? Like, has he actually used it?
Nope. See Broodmother and Storm Spirit going at it. They're both pretty low.
Yeah, they certainly won't be able to push into the base though. There mid. It's really risky with the Sankin. There's so many different places he can position himself. Storm Spirit still does have that Aegis.
Oh, Brood. It's gonna be a little bit of trouble here. Some support's coming in. Gush going off on the Sand King, who is backing off once again. There's TP's coming in to help on the Brood though, who's backing off also. And yeah, this tier 1 tower is probably gonna drop. Ooh, Bear goes down.
Bear.
Nice. And 30 seconds without a Bear because it's on cooldown.
That's actually going to really hamper their ability to push this.
Yeah. Oh, so Crystal Maiden takes so much damage from that.
Oh yeah, that Tide ability is so great. It also reduces the armor, so I mean if he can use it. Ooh.
Vortex on the Broodmother taking a lot of damage. Power Shot will go through. Will probably go down. Windrunner taking the last hit. That's a very quick kill, and they didn't really need to do anything for it. Nothing special anyway. And there's
yeah,
the
they're
tower.
gonna get this tower, and the bear is
Definitely.
back, and they might try to keep on pushing it through. I think they will actually, and Storm Spirit rolls in.
Ooh, that was such a fast Crystal Maiden kill. Morphling getting shack up to 3. Ravage is there. Windrunner taking the last hit. And looks like the burst or oh, he wanted to do an epicenter.
He tried to burrow at me, but he died too quickly to actually get it off.
That's a team wipe for EnRo. For
yeah.
nothing in return, and they lose 2 towers.
Yeah, they've really pressed their lead. I think that those aggressive wards that were placed early on by the Venomancer in an attempt to take that tier 2 tower bottom just really gave them a huge lead.
Yeah, definitely.
As soon as they got that, like the gold that they had from pushes was just so much that their heroes just had so much farm that they couldn't contest them on any of these towers. They've had to concede them all pretty much without a fight. And there you saw the last desperate stand for a tower top, but
Yeah, they couldn't do anything. They dived in one at a time and got caught off.
and there's still an Aegis up for Storm, and he can finish a Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Looks like Leshrac is disconnected.
And there we have the pause. Once again.
Very competitive game, and Storm he is disassembling his arcanes right now.
Yeah. And we have a Yasha completed on the Morphling. It's not farming all that fast. He can't really keep up with the gold difference that is there now, which is over 10k. Which is just... I mean, all the towers are down on the Radiant side, and there's only 1 tower down on the Dire side, and that even got denied.
Oh yeah, and that's a colossal gold lead to come back from. Now, what level is Leshrac now? It looks like he's level 8, so there are 3 heroes on the Radiant side that aren't really doing that great in levels, whereas there are only 2 on the Dire that are pretty weak. But at the same time, the Dire supports, despite maybe not having, or maybe having comparable experience to the Radiant, they have so much more money.
Yeah.
They're going to be very difficult to bring down. Like, the Tidehunter and the Venomancer are farming at 270 and about 220 gold per minute, and that just... I mean, a Tidehunter sitting at 270 gold per minute is much harder to kill than a Crystal Maiden on top of 90.
Yeah, that's so true. That gold per minute is just... The difference is just so big.
And they still have that Aegis, so I feel like they don't even necessarily need to get an opportunistic gank to push into the base. Of course, it would be a lot safer, but at the same time,
well,
like he's going to have a Bloodstone. He's gonna be in really good shape.
If they're gonna do it just like the previous towers, they've just pushed because they couldn't. Well, there wasn't really any defense going on, and they were just able to push. And I think that's what's gonna happen on a tier 3 tower as well. I mean, maybe there's gonna be a good epicenter, but the HP difference now with the level difference and the gold difference, that's just not enough for a Sand King level 1 epicenter to take down.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like the level 1 epi is going to do enough at this point either. And it's funny because that last game there was still the last game we cast, there was kind of that feeling of, oh wow, we can't really force a fight on top of the Serpent Wards and Leshrac Edict, but this game it's not necessarily just powerful spells, it's just the heroes. I mean, they have so much more gold that if they go to push it, it'll be very difficult for them to contest it, like you were saying.
Yeah. That is... Yeah, it's gonna be very tricky.
And also positioning is just going to be very hard too, because there's a Storm Spirit with an Aegis, so he can just roll in and pick off a Crystal Maiden, or maybe just grab a Leshrac, and either one of those is going to be an easy kill, and it's going to be pretty important, because if you can kill the Crystal Maiden before the fight even happens, then all of a sudden 2 really good abilities are, out of the picture.
Yeah, and to kill Crystal Maiden is not that much of an accomplishment. They will be able to do that pretty quickly, as we just saw in the previous fight.
HP. Now, notably, the Broodmother is farming pretty darn well, and she's getting very close to an Orchid, which could make things pretty hard to deal with. And furthermore, it looks like the Morphling, like you said, he already has his Yasha, so he's not that poorly off. And if the Dire team did try to rax them, and the group fight was a massive failure, then they could all of a sudden be in really bad shape. But I don't really see that happening.
Well, so far, I mean, what you say is true. I mean, they have a late game setup. They need some farm to be able to do it. But in the meantime, they're so behind on towers and gold that disadvantage will probably or might be too much to get back from.
And a 12,000 gold lead is just that makes for fights that are hard to win. I mean, they already have their mech. They have a reasonable number of arcane.
Oh, I just noticed the reason that we see 12. Okay, or you remember last game when we said the goal difference was the same for a very long time, like the straight line?
It's because of the pauses.
It's because of the pauses, yeah.
Oh
just
man,
realized.
I didn't even realize.
I just thought, well, hey, that goal graph was a lot different from the previous time I looked. But yeah, okay.
How deceptive.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know. It continued ticking. Oh well. Learn something
Let's see
new
if they
every
can-
day.
Yeah, let's see if they can go for an aggressive pickoff. And it looks like the Storm Spirit goes for the tries. I think that's much smarter. If you're like this far in, the boots of travel aren't as nice, I guess.
Yeah, we see mana boots on the Venomancer.
Yep.
Invisibility rune for the Storm Spirit.
Oh man.
They want to go for this. They're
If
gonna
they
switch
pick off a
pushing.
hero, even just one hero, then they put themselves in a really good position. Of course, the Broodmother Spider does spot them out, so they're all probably going to back off. I don't see anyone getting caught here, probably.
Or unless nah, they won't.
Yeah, that was excellent scouting by the Brood.
Yeah. Make them all in a pretty good position to try and to defend this bottom lane where the pushing is gonna happen. There's the Orchid complete on the Brood. See if that will
Yep.
make a difference in the next fight. We did see the Storm Spirit Bloodstone already completed indeed. Just checking if I lost some or if I missed some items that are up. Where's the bear? Oh, there's the bear. Ooh, bear has a sacred relic.
Yeah, that's very, very big.
Yep.
And he has a Radiance on the courier. They're probably just trying to push out the side lanes and wait a little bit for that. Obviously, Windrunner's not there. And the Radiant can't even engage in a 5v3, really. But we'll see if they're going to try it anyways.
Yeah, they are gonna try. Sand King dying so fast to that Storm Spirit.
Yeah. And that, honestly, I think that was the best decision they could have made, to be fair. Obviously, it was a 5v3 and it didn't really work out too well for the Sand King, but that's the best engagement you're going to get, is a 5v3. And if you can't make that work, then I don't imagine the 5v5 is going to work too much
Well-
when Silver delivers his Radiance either.
Did they really try to go? Because it looked to me like Sand King was just way out of position because nobody was really following him to this
Yeah,
place where
I'm
he
pretty
died.
sure he went in aggressively, but then got caught by a storm. But I don't know. Like right now, like they can't fight this. I don't think.
No, they're gonna
But at the
try to get the
At the
tower.
same time, they can't not fight it either. So they're in a real rough spot.
No, the Sand King is Sand King is already back. There's the Ravage going through. Sand King is gonna die again though, or it looks like he is anyway. Tidehunter killing Tidehunter died to the Leshrac actually, and a lot going on. We see that Storm Spirit getting a double kill, killing off the Crystal Main, bouncing back again. It will go down to the Morph. Venomancer dies too. Morphling will die to the Lone Druid here, I think, unless he morphs fast enough, which he won't. Storm Spirit getting the last hit. Did have his Aegis, of course. And Power Shot finishing off the Sand King. Triple kill for the Windrunner. And that's
Oh, man.
almost team wipe. Only Morphling back.
Yeah, that's a godlike Windrunner right now, and that's what happens. I mean, that's a lane that you're supposed to probably win by a pretty sizable margin. I mean, the Crystal Maiden Morphling lane is no joke, but when the Windrunner walks out with a first blood double kill, nothing works like it's supposed
Nope.
to anymore.
Definitely not. Morphling going down very fast. Tidehunter getting the last hit. Crystal Main trying to run a little bit. Don't think she'll be able to. There's the claws. There's the right click, and there's the GG cold. In a game that's probably didn't went the way that EnRo planned it to. Well, obviously not. They
definitely
lost. Oh, there is the epicenter! Yay!
Huge level 1 epicenter.
I know.
Unfortunately, doesn't do enough damage at this point.
No, but he still wanted to have it done. What?
Yep.
Sometimes.
Again,
This one's-
even if the game is over, I guess do the best that you can. Treat it like it isn't. Panic Gold doing a cool little dance there by the enemy tower.
And look at the sentry wards on the Dire.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're everywhere.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Mega kill.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Man,
under
but this is almost just a formality at this point, just cleaning up the rest of the racks.
Yeah, everybody's
like
already
everyone's
disconnected.
disconnected.
So we're gonna see this exploding.
Well.
Ancient. Nice, that was a round 3 match, so we still have 2 rounds to go. Let's see how far the rest of the thingies are going. Gonna refresh my brackets.
Yeah, but really good play there, I think, by
Yeah.
Ex-Gosu. The other team didn't play that poorly at all. It's just that I feel like it snowballed pretty hard as soon as the Windrunner got the first blood
Yeah.
double kill.
That just didn't give them advantage that they were looking for there.
Yeah, she gets the really, really early mech and the really, really early pipe, and she's